Hey, welcome to Gears, where today we are digging into a subject that is so misunderstood and so intimidating that most people are scared to death to tackle it. Yep, I'm talking about that nasty four-letter word, rust. Now, it doesn't matter if you're into cars or trucks or whatever. If you're a gearhead, you are eventually going to have to deal with some rusty panels. And if you can do it yourself, you're going to save a ton of cash. And that is what we're going to show you how to do today. Okay, the first step in any project, once you've found a vehicle, is to realistically assess the rig, see what you've got to work with, and decide what direction you want to go. I know exactly what I want to do to this thing. Now, some of you may recognize this old zebra stripe Bronco because it belongs to rock guitar legend Ted Nugent, who's a pretty serious gearhead in his own right. Check this out.
The most fun available in life happens where the pavement ends, baby.
Most people are familiar with the Motor City Madman's outrageous guitar riffs and his incredible stage show, as well as his views on hunting and the great outdoors and, well, just life in general. However, like most musicians, he also has a passion for cool vehicles, specifically the Ford Bronco. Now, Ted's big Bronco has gone through several incarnations throughout its life, from stock to camouflage, and then finally to the zebra. And now, the Nuge is ready to change it again.
I give you the Beast. The Beast ain't dead. The Beast loves Ted.
So, I'm going to take this thing in a totally different direction, and you are going to love it. And Ted, well, Ted doesn't have any choice. Now, the really cool thing about this particular project is it is so typical of what you'll find out there in a 80s or 90s Bronco or Blazer that you can pick up just about anywhere for almost no money. I mean, this thing's rough. It's been beat. It's a hunting rig. Now, it does have a lifted suspension, but it's all out of whack from years of use and abuse. Now, under the hood, we've got a Roush 351, which was pretty hot at one time. But as you can see, it's got leaks and things are disconnected, and the motor's tired. It needs to be gone through. And then, of course, we've got the wiring, which is pretty much a nightmare, a typical 4x4. Things have been spliced in and added, and it's a wonder this thing hasn't burned to the ground by now. Now, these are all serious issues, but these are not necessarily issues that would strike fear in the heart of a do-it-yourselfer. Those issues are right over here. Check them out. There it is, the magic spot. This is the kind of thing that will make most people turn and run the other direction from a project like this. And that's what we're going to change. Now, anytime that you are faced with rust damage like this, the first thing that you've got to do is determine the extent of the damage. Because if this only goes up to about here, well, that's a pretty easy fix. You just cut that panel out, get a replacement panel, weld it in, and you're done. Unfortunately, this vehicle is from Michigan, so we did not luck out at all here. Look, the damage goes all the way up here into the quarter panel. I guarantee you that the striker plate's rotten on the back side there. And then, if you follow me down here, you can see that the rocker is completely eaten out. And then, if you go back here, notice we have a rust bubble over the top of the wheel well. And then, all the way back here in the back, we have another rust hole. So we need a complete quarter panel, rockers, inner rockers, everything. Now, I know a lot of you guys are just going, oh, forget it. There is no way I can do that kind of stuff. Yes, you can. All you have to do is cut out all the bad and weld in some new, and we're going to show you how to do it. Now, before you just start cutting things out, you need to make sure you got some panels to put back in. So for the Bronco, we went to a place called Jeff's Bronco Graveyard because they've got just about anything you can imagine for a Bronco. Take a look at this. We got new rocker panels. We got new inner rockers to take care of all that rust up inside. We got new wheel housings to take care of the rust up inside the rear fenders. And we also got some sections of floor just in case there's some holes up underneath that carpet that we didn't see. But the big piece you're wondering about is the quarter panel. Now look at this. We got a complete quarter panel. It's got all the flanges, all the mounting holes, so this thing will drop right in place of that stock piece. This is going to save you some time. Okay, finally ready to cut, right? No, one more thing. This line right here, where the sail panel and the quarter panel run, is what the door aligns off of. Then, of course, the fender aligns off the door and the hood aligns off the fender and on and on. So, before you cut this quarter panel out, you need to make sure you've got your door aligned right, that the hinges are good and all your lines line up, because what will happen is when you cut this quarter panel out, you put your new one in, this door is going to become your reference line to line up the new quarter panel. So, this is very important.